Welcome to the most underrated show on YouTube. There's a guy going to space today, and I don't know what else to say. That's it. All right. So the plunger protection team came in last night and did what they said they were going to do. Well, they didn't say anything. I just told you what they were going to do. They were going to go in and buy a ton of futures, and they have done just that. And this number was a lot higher this morning. But what these guys do when the markets just tank like they did yesterday is they will go over to the Chicago futures desk and just pump tons and tons of futures, and that's the big institutions and probably the Fed, and they're not going to say that. But yeah, that's what they did. So markets are back up. I got everybody texting me this morning saying, okay, I panic sold yesterday. What do I do? Well, if you were in the Bid and Ask Nation, I told you not to panic sell. So because Tim came into my office yesterday. He's like, Mo, I think this is it. I'm like, Tim, this very well could be it, but I just don't see it. The thing that just keeps revolving in the back of my mind is Jerome Powell saying, he just keeps saying we're going to use any tools at our discretion to keep this thing going. And they have not shown that they're going to stop doing it. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. If this COVID Delta thing does something where it shuts something down, the economy down or whatever, if you don't think that they're just going to go out and pass some kind of $10 trillion stimulus bill, they're going to do it. They're going to do it, and they'll just print the money out of thin air. And that is what it is. So Jeff Bezos is going to the moon, or not the moon. He's going to space today. That's this. I don't even know if I'm allowed to show this. I guess YouTube will just stop it if I am. But it's on YouTube. You can go watch it on YouTube. 11 minutes till they take off. You guys probably know what the point is more than I do. I know he spent $1 billion a year on this, which is pretty sweet. I was texting with Paul and Matt Jensen this morning, and I was saying, imagine spending a half. Let's call it that he's worth $200 billion. It's one half of 1% of your net worth you're spending on building spaceships to go to space every year. That's when you have real fun coupons, not just the fun coupons that Jordan Belfort was throwing at the feds. All right, so let's see what this is doing. The 10-year. Okay, look at this. Excuse me. This is the first time I've checked this. Remember yesterday I said I want to see this 10-year get down and hold it in the 1.2s. Look where it dropped to, 1.19. The 3-month did not tick up, but guys, these are coming. This is getting close to flattening. If this thing gets into the below 1%, we're gonna have some chaos in the markets. That's when I will believe that we're gonna have some real turmoil. So Netflix reports today after the bell. Chipotle, United, Halliburton is before the bell, and they're up 2%. Then you have financials, Allies still going. So just make sure you know your earnings, and let me look into tomorrow. Verizon, Johnson & Johnson, Coca-Cola, Las Vegas Sands, Texas Instruments, CVX. So just make sure you're paying attention to these guys. Make sure you're paying attention to these. So let's go to some news. Then I'll get on to your stocks, and we'll go from there. So this is Homebuilder confidence is at an 11-month low in the month of July. And the single family homes fell in July to its lowest level since August 2020, driven by shortages in both supply and labor. Not surprising. We talk about this a couple times a week. Builders are contending with shortages of building materials, buildable lots, and skilled labor, as well as challenging regulatory environment. This is putting upward pressure on home prices, sidelining many prospective home buyers as demand remains strong in a low inventory environment. So it is true. I mean, it's even put me on the sidelines. I was looking at homes up in Marblehead on the lake, and I just started looking at prices. And I was like, this is insane. I'm not even looking right now. So it's sidelining a lot of people, that's for sure. So we're going to see the data. It comes out. Maybe it came out already, but I haven't checked it. If anybody knows the housing starts data, can you put it in the comments, please? That would be wonderful. Next is Bank of America. Bank of America. Shortages may be easing according to news and job listings from Bank of America. So they have some predictive analytics team that goes through and just kind of gauges the economy and whatnot. The Bank of America predictive analytics team language analysis suggests that news stories on shortages in key categories, including autos and electronics, had peaked back in April and May. I think you're reading the wrong stuff. Scarcity of many things in the housing sector for homes, for sales to gas ranges, has gotten lots of pressure. I don't believe this. Anyways, let's get down to the green part that I highlighted. So I will toot my own horn here a little bit. As for labor shortages, the report conceded that it may still be premature to make major conclusions regarding the broader trends of the labor market, but found the job listings fell more in June in states that had already cut expanded unemployment benefits, especially in the hospitality space. This suggests that job positions are being filled and people are maybe returning to work to a certain extent. Bank of America expects the shortages to ease even more in September. You're welcome. As expanded benefits expire in all states. So I do think it's going to be in September where you're going to start seeing those numbers start climbing. I guess that Bitcoin is not the hedge against inflation, which is unfortunate for my bank account because I moved all of my gold over to Bitcoin and now I'm up a creek without a paddle. So it's been a rough go. Bitcoin fell below 30,000 for the first time since June 22nd, dragging other digital coins down. About $89 billion was wiped off the entire cryptocurrency market in 24 hours as of 6:29 a.m. this morning. The plunge in Bitcoin came after the big sell-off in global markets, but I thought it was a hedge against markets and stuff. Then I started laughing at this right here. There are, like Bitcoin, like this matters in Bitcoin. There are concerns of quality and strength of the economy recovery and broader risk assets turned weaker, including high yields. Like that impacts anything that has to do with Bitcoin. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you keep telling yourself the same lie over and over, it'll eventually become a truth, right? New price prediction on Bitcoin. let's say by 2024, Bitcoin is worth $500,000. $500,000. I'll go conservative. Okay, this one, I don't really have much to say about the story. I highlighted a couple things, but Apple is looking to lease Hollywood Hub for filming shows and movies. So we know that Netflix they have said that they're going to get into the gaming area. So that's where they're going with this. All these other places are starting to create studios. We know that NBC started doing their own Peacock thing. I'm sure they're going to create a studio. So it seems like Apple's a little bit late to the punch here. Now, the shows that they've put out, I like very few of them. I like The Morning Show. I like the one with Aaron Paul, I think is his name. And there's one other one that I like, Defending Jacob. But everything else I don't like. So maybe you guys do. But I think these guys are going to make a true push to try to compete with, Ted Lasso was good too. They're going to make a true push to try to compete with Netflix. So Apple told its real estate developers that it's looking for a large production campus in California for growing its entertainment operations. If there's anybody that can do it, they have the capital to do it. So I am expecting, Apple to do big things. Terror, you don't think that 500,000 on Bitcoin is a good prediction? I thought it was pretty low, to be honest. That was my conservative prediction. My aggressive prediction, I'll use stock analyzer tool for this. 500,000 on the conservative end, 500 billion on the aggressive end. That's just changing like net present values and cash flows and stuff. All right. That's about it for Apple. So keep it going, Apple. Keep it going. This story was interesting. Comcast CEO and the Viacom chairman, they met and are talking about doing partnerships. Now, they're not talking about doing partnerships for the United States. They're going into non-US markets. So that's pretty interesting. Remember Viacom got beat up going into the with Archegos. That was the big family office fund that got margin called for 30 or 35 billion in one day with Viacom, Discovery, etc. So it looks like Viacom's doing things that they're working with AT&T. They're trying to work with Comcast. They're doing what they're trying to do to get themselves going, and I support it. So Viacom right now said its Paramount service would be available in 45 markets by 2022. Paramount Plus, I don't know what's on Paramount Plus except for what's that show? John Taffer, Bar Rescue. That's the only show that I know that's on Paramount Plus. But I'm sure there's other good stuff on there. Some analysts on Wall Street view Comcast and Viacom as potential candidates for a merger at some point, so keep an eye on that. Let's see. Both Viacom and Comcast were relatively late to the streaming area and are now trying to make headways in both the U.S. and abroad. NBC's Peacock. So I don't know if you guys have used Peacock. They have great shows on there, but the platform is terrible. Oh my God, the platform is terrible. But the content is good. It's just, man. So Comcast said in late April that it has 42 million signups on Peacock. That's quite a few because that thing's relatively new. I had never heard of them until The Office moved over there. But that's that. And of course, Jeff Bezos is going to space with these three other people. So that they're supposed to launch at 9. They are not going to launch at 9. They're delayed, but I think that happens with space a lot. 1 minute and 36 seconds. That's fun. Let's see, where'd Bezos go? So here, Bezos has been building this since 2000. He employs 3,500 people. He spends $1 billion annually on this. It's just incredible. Oh, and by the way, Morgan Stanley has estimated that space-related revenue could triple to more than $1 trillion by 2040. So just go and buy space. And I don't mean the ticker space. I mean just go and buy space. And you'll be saved. If you want to join our Patreon, patreon.com/everythingmoney, this software is incredible. And it's only getting better. I was messaging Tim yesterday on some things. I was running something on the stock analyzer tool, and I just messaged him and said, Tim, I want this. And they're fixing it. So there's just little tweaks here and there that I want to see. and I think that you guys will like them too. But the point is, they're getting better every single day, and yeah, it's just incredible. Remember, this software Paul and I were building for ourselves, so you guys are getting the software that Paul and I are using to manage our own money. We were using an Excel sheet before for stock analyzer tool. Now we just put it into an app. Yeah, it's great. So if you want to be in our Discord, $7. If you want the software and Discord access, $25. If you want to be on the Bid and Ask Nation and trade stocks like we're about to do, $69. Guys, this number is going up big time. I think, excuse me, I'll just tell you what it's going to. $76 by the end of this month. I mean, by August 1st, it's going to $76. So if you want to get it now, lock it in because you're going to pay that price. If you want to do a one-on-one session with me, $500, Zoom call, 1 hour, talking about whatever trading you want. People have done it before, and they're doing very well. It only took them one session to get going. And if you're buying any type of real estate right now, $10,000 consultation with Paul. And if you're buying a piece of property and it's in this market, you probably want to consult with somebody that knows how to do it. All right. Let's see. Okay, send me some stocks. Oh, look at that. The thing's going off. Well, that's cool. I don't really get it, but whatever. All right, send me some stocks and I will do them. I know somebody asked about CCL earlier. CCL is getting a little bit banged up. So I bought this thing on Friday based on value. So it's not based on charts because I do understand that this is a downtrend. But I bought it anyway, $22, $21.50, something like that, and it is what it is. But I have puts. I have sold puts all the way down to $2.50. So I'm not really concerned. I'm just going to dollar cost average into it. So you could see yesterday, actually, that with CCL, you had a rough day, had a rough morning. Oh, shoot. I don't know why that always dims. Okay. The stock price came down here. And then it went up here, and then it just finished the day right where it started. So it went like this. This is what it did yesterday, and it just stayed right there. So that's all that means. That's a doji candlestick or spindle, and look at all that volume yesterday. That's crazy. People were just everybody was overreacting yesterday. I just don't understand. All right, I will do. Frank, I see your comment. I'm not going to show it, but that was exactly the thought that was in my mind when I saw that thing taking off. So your comment was noted and agreed with. All right, NEO. Let's see, NEO. Downtrend, and what happened? I guess it's up 1% today or something like that, but I find it very hard to believe that it's going to break through all three of these major moving averages anytime soon. I think NEO will end up down here and trickle down somewhere to this $32 range. So today's just a rebound of yesterday. But yeah, let's see. Ally Financial, they are reporting today or tomorrow? Today or tomorrow? What day is today? Tuesday? They report today before. Oh, they already reported. What do you mean selling volume? It's up 2%. Oh, this was yesterday. Okay. So they fell big time yesterday. They'll probably end up somewhere around here today, but this gap is going to fill. The bad news is they dropped below their 100-day moving average, so panic sell I was buying. There was a lot of people that were panic selling, man. People were panic selling like nobody's business. I'm like, guys, just relax. Just relax. Everything's going to be okay. MasterCard got smoked yesterday. Big gap down. And then not only was it big gap down, it just finished down here. So this was actually on my watch list. And the reason I didn't like it is because when it was making these engulfing candlesticks, it would just keep pulling back. Like this is a candlestick and it just pulled back during the day. And then this was a good engulfing candlestick, but the thing I didn't like about this is this trend, it was going too sideways for me. I wanted to see some kind of steepness to it where it got going a little bit. It was just too sideways and there was too high of a likelihood that it was going to do what it was doing right now. And that's a sweet spot reversal and going down. So now if you get an engulfing candlestick today, like so, you can take a small position in this, but don't go crazy. Don't go crazy. Monster, MNST. Is that the Monster Energy? Yeah. I don't like those things, but the company's cool. They do great marketing. All right. So who said this? This has to be somebody in the Bid and Ask Nation. Yep, it is. So I like it. if we can just get some movement to the top side, I like it. Yeah. Jonas, put this in the group chat and tag me, please. This is a good stock. If I liked that yesterday, let's zoom in here. So we're going to really blow this up. We stayed right above our one. So you see the stock price came down here, and then it actually moved back, and it closed right above its 100-day moving average. So that 100-day moving average is a very powerful area. That's where big hedge funds like to sit and play, and they stopped it. So it looks like there's buying volume coming into this thing, and we have some movement to the top side. So please put that in the chat, and we'll watch it. And hopefully this is one that we can trade. That would be wonderful. Can we do Jets? Good call. I was looking at Jets yesterday as from a request from a friend. I almost bought Jets yesterday. I really came very close. The reason I didn't, is because I want to see. Oh, you're not, Jonas, you're not in the Bid and Ask Nation? Oh, all right. Somebody put it in the Bid and Ask Nation. Oh, Jonas, you should be. You talk enough. And you have an idea enough. You should be in it. All right. So this is a support line, and you can see that Jets just kind of sat there. Now the thing is it's below its 200-day moving average. That's the thing that got me to say I don't want to invest in this right now with this big gap down. I want to just see what's going to happen, because I can see this thing falling to this 19 level, or worst case scenario, if the market keeps selling off, Jets will fall. Fill this gap and get down to this 18 level. So that's the reason that I didn't do anything with it. Maybe I'll do something with it soon. We'll see. Here, let's do here. Oh boy, here come the conspiracy theories about Jeff Bezos. All right. That's a short downtrend. You might be getting towards the end of your short. This volume is pretty terrible. Now, I don't think I would short this because you're holding that 100-day pretty quick, pretty easily. So it's going to do. This stock has been on a lot of people's mind, a lot of hedge funds' minds, it seems, because I don't know why it's so popular. Maybe because it's a good value play or something, but they are. Just be careful with here. Just let it decide what it's going to do at the 100-day moving average. Who asked this question? DGX. Simon, you're not in the Bid and Ask Nation. You should be. So DGX yesterday had great relative strength. And for those of you that don't know, relative strength means it's a stock that is strong relative to what the market is doing. So if the market is falling like it was yesterday, and you see a stock that is up, that's relative strength. And yesterday, DGX was just that. So, and it's not surprising because they're doing all of the COVID test. Frankly, they do every test there is. I mean, I think they're the biggest in the country. So, so I don't know. I'm not surprised that they were up yesterday because the story of yesterday was that the Delta variant was there, this and that. So whatever. If you get an engulfment coming up, I like it. It's on my watch list. Maybe I'll do something with it. We'll see. But I got to fill out the top of that candlestick. Roku. Rokus are becoming my new favorite choice of the remote thing. I'm starting to like it better than Apple TV. And I never thought I would say that, but I'm starting to like it more than Apple TV. The thing that Apple TV lacks, in my opinion, and the reason I like Apple products so much, is that it kind of creates that ecosystem where you can, wherever you put on your iPad, goes to your computer, goes to your phone. Apple TV doesn't really do that for me. There's no benefit of me having it. So, DGX has earnings in 2 days, so be aware of that. Roku, great looking short, but this is a stock where, man, let's zoom out a little bit. No, it has its falls. Okay, well, this is a great looking short. If you want to, you could probably short it down to 330. I bet that's where it's going to go. But it will get held up around 360 at its 100-day moving average. No doubt about that. Ford, the most disruptive company in America. Oh, how's a stock falling like this if it's disruptive? They make EVs. Look at that, just sitting right at its 100-day moving average. You actually saw the price pull back yesterday, down, and then right back up to its 100-day moving average. So it's a short, but anyways. So I started watching videos of, those of you that don't know, I ordered the Tesla Model S. They say it's going to arrive in October. I started watching videos of it, of people that have received the Plaid. Man, that car is so sweet. It's just incredible. If you haven't watched any YouTube videos on it and you care, go and watch it because it's pretty awesome. They're incredible. Somebody asked about bank stocks, so let's look up XLF because XLF is the financial sector of the S&P. Now, let's go to here. I want to just see what XLF is doing pre-market. And for those of you that were panicking about Cardinal Health, just have trust in Daddy. You're up almost 5% right now. Just trust me. Everything's going to be okay. What were we doing? XLF. Okay. Neutral right now. So banks aren't really doing anything. The banks, I always say that banks lead markets. So yesterday we had a big gap down for the financial sector. It dropped below its 100-day moving average. Now, I'm not going to if this thing keeps having downward pressure, like the trend we have, and the reason that we didn't short it back here is because we did not have a good engulfing candlestick coming down. It was a downtrend. That means that there was a lot of selling volume, but the stock price was rebounding on us pretty hard. Now we have maybe a defined downtrend, but we're getting into that oversold area. So I don't know, guys. Just Bank of America. I really don't want to do anything with this, and it's in the Employed Trader series. Wait, this isn't Bank of America. Let's just pull up Bank of America because it probably looks exactly the same. Yeah, it looks exactly the same. So I don't want to do, man, that's like a carbon copy. Remember this chart, and now let's pull up XLF. Remember both of these charts. Look where the 200-day moving average is right now. Look where the stock price is relative to the 200 and the 100. Now let's go to the banking sector as a whole. It's like doesn't even change. So that's that. Let's just be patient. We just got to get engulfing candlesticks coming down. Do you look at the chart for? Do you look at weekly for the stochastic moving up or the daily chart? I look at the long-term chart, the weekly chart. Lowe's is gonna probably crush it again if we get some kind of crazy shutdown or whatever. All right, they gapped down quite a bit yesterday, but trust your trend. Look where your trend is. Trend is doing just fine. If the trend stays where it's at, and it held very nicely at the 100-day moving average yesterday, had good volume coming in yesterday, I see nothing wrong with this. I'm sure this gap will fill, and I'm sure it'll keep moving up. You're just going to face a lot of resistance here at like $200 a share. So, Valvoline. Is that VVV? Okay. All right. Oh, I want to look at this. Where's the spaceship thing doing? What the hell? Okay, I guess he's back. I don't really know. Very strange. All right, smash the like button for me. Now, Valvoline. Sitting right at its 100-day. Look at all these guys. Look at all these. This is the thing. I tell you about the 100-day, and I tell you that hedge funds really pay attention to the 100-day moving average. Hedge funds decide what they're going to do with stocks at the 100-day moving average. If this doesn't prove it to you, what we've been looking at this morning, then I don't know what to tell you. When you are looking at anything, deciding on which directions it's going to go, you have to let it get through its 100-day moving average. It's not rocket science. Brooke, love your name. I love the name Brooke. I love the name Brooks. The teaching videos are available for the Bid and Ask Nation. Yes. All right. Valvoline, I don't know if we did this yet. I can't remember. Downtrend. Let's zoom out just a touch. I just want to see where your resistance points are. Okay. So you filled the gap-ish. I think you have a little more downside to go. If you break through the 100-day, you'll get to the 200-day. That's what I think will happen. Other than that, your trade is over. Citrix, CTXS. Citrix makes pretty good stuff. They use they're this thing, this Schwab Street Smart Edge. They're pretty good. No, this needs to be here so we don't dim. All right, Citrix, man, this thing is like, it's just kind of stuck. Yeah, it's just stuck. If you break below 113.34, I think you have a pretty good. I'm just gonna zoom out all. Yeah, let's see what this level is. I'm checking support level right now. Let's see what this was. This level was 111.26. So if you drop below 111.26, you're gonna come down to $100 or something. So this is a good one to keep an eye on short. The problem is with it is look where your stochastic is right now. You're doing a sweet spot. You're doing a oversold reversal. Those aren't too powerful. It can very easily just switch back up on you. And look what it's done. It's done it multiple times. It just keeps switching over and over. Look right here. Reversal, reversal. It's about to do it again because there's not enough volume coming into the stock. Look how much volume there is. That yellow line on top, that's average volume. It's barely touching average volume. Next, NOC. Is that? Oh, no, it's not them. Oh, yeah, Northrop Grumman. Okay. That's what I thought it was. All right. Again, here you go. 100-day moving average sitting right above it. Downtrend. If you want to get cute and try to short this, you absolutely can, but you're going to run into this 100-day moving average. If it breaks below, then you got it. But just be very careful. Just be very careful. What's BTI? British Tobacco. Oh, I'm going to have gaps all over the place. Yeah, I can't do this one. It's not going to look right for me. Mike McGuire Infrastructure Incorporated. Holy moly. What is this? Goodness gracious. What is going on here? When did this go pub? Okay, that's fine. I don't know. This is insane. Hey, I would keep an eye on this thing to go short on it because this whole gap is going to fill eventually. Hey, if any of my ambassadors are watching, can you put in the ambassador chat, just put MIC for the gap idea that I had. This is something that I'll want to watch. Let's just keep an eye on this one. So whoever found this, be very careful with it. But I'm trying to do something new, bring something new to the Bid and Ask Nation. So I'm testing it out right now. I don't want to tell you what it is, but because I don't want you guys going and doing it and then saying, Mo, you told us to do this. No, I didn't. When? It's 9:30. The markets are open. This is the last one I'm going to do because my voice is hurting already. All right. You're sitting at a support pretty hard right there, and you can see it right here. Good news is you're below your 200-day moving average. Bad news is you're all the way in this oversold area. So can you break down and come down to this 90, 85, 90 area? Yes. Is it likely? Probably not. Unless the whole market falls apart. Then it's very likely. So, all right, guys. You guys have a great day. 1 o'clock Eastern time today. The live stream with me, Seth, and Paul. And that's it. Bye.